Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending upon where you live around the world. This is just a little additional one straight on the heels of the previous video. What I tried to do was to see just how quick I could create the base structure for the dome. The answer is very quick, in fact. Once you get your head round what's required, just like the other methods, they become easier and easier to generate the necessary points and adjustments as you deem necessary. So I didn't actually time it, but it did not take long at all once that process was underway. Now this is the version created from here that's got the original unadulterated legs, and this one is with the surface lifted up to 50%, not the 25% that I did in the other iterations. So just popping the line back here, I lifted the surface up half of the height of this particular piece or line here. That's subjective, I know, but I just wanted to see what happens to the look of it, and I've got to say it doesn't look too bad. This is in the small model. When I scaled it up to my 6 meter by 6 meter preferred size, as I've said in the past, but anything between the 6 and 8 meter is a yardstick for me to gauge the merits of each type of dome. I measured this point here and we hit 1618 millimeters, 1.6 meters say, which is, as I've been referring, not a bad height. The angle between the two surfaces has of course diminished. The dihedral angle is much flatter, which is not pleasing, but I could rotate the leg down, lifting the dome slightly and achieving more of a dihedral angle, which I think is a little bit stronger than what we've got here. In fact, I haven't checked it yet, but were I to strike a line there, it's about, let's see, 155 millimeters. It sounds like quite a bit compared to what we've had in the past, but 155 millimeters says that it's quite a reasonable distance for the line to go through here and create that. Well, it's just as a gauge, but I certainly would like it to be visually, from at this stage in the modelling, a little bit greater than that. I don't want this to become a high stressed joint, as I've alluded to in the past. Not well, yes, I alluded to more than honed in specifically. The point of rotation here gets greater and greater, and I don't want this becoming a limiting factor where you have to have such a beefy joint that it looks ugly. Okay, well that was it. It was just a very short video saying that yes, you can draw it very quickly and easily once you know the requirements, and as it turns out, when we've lifted the surface up to halfway up this particular point here, we get our much preferred 1600 to 2 meter measurement. Okie doke, that was it. Nothing earth shattering there, just confirmation that the process is quite viable. Okie dokie, I'm off again, and I'll see you later. Bye.